A good night for Republicans began in Kentucky. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, soon to be the Majority Leader, not only survived a tough campaign against Allison Lundgren Grimes, he easily defeated the Democratic challenger with more than 56% of the vote.
Tonight turns a corner, and the future I see is a bright one. Americans have seen that what the current crowd in Washington is offering is making us weaker both at home and abroad. They have had enough.
Republicans taking control of the Senate this past week is indeed a milestone in the nation's history. They wanted the power to govern, now they have it. And now they have to do something with it. More than promise and bluster, there are 6 very specific challenges facing this new Senate. Fail at any one of them, and the road to making America strong again will be that much more difficult. Let's welcome back to MidPoint, veteran economist, professor at the Smith School of Business, noted author, and no one wears a ribbon of fabric tied around the collar in a specific symmetrical manner with more style. Peter Morici joins us again. Peter, good to see you.
Nice to be with you.
And it's nicely done, too, I have to say. The red and white is perfect. Always nice to see there's a little patriotism there in the bow ties.
And some blue in the shirt, but that probably doesn't come up with the lights.
No, it actually does. I missed it completely. See, how could I have missed the blue? All right, let's get down to 6 points here. Well, first of all, I needed to ask you, there's still one thing left before this Senate changes hands, and that's that they have to pass a bill to fund the government past December the 11th. That's still coming up. Are we going to see another round of brinksmanship, one-upsmanship, and this is my bag, I take it, and you can't touch it like we saw last time?
No, I don't think so. I think we'll get a continuing resolution of some kind that boots the decisions about appropriations to the new Congress. The Democrats aren't in a position to get a continuing resolution that lasts more than 2 years, so they're going to just have to recognize that they will be in the minority when future spending decisions are made, and we'll just get a bill that, say, takes us to March or something like that.
All right, 6 challenges facing America. Here's your 6. First up, globalization. And the point is that the voters can't seem to accept that putting everyone to work would raise productivity, even though maybe you got to pay a little bit more down the line, right?
Well, absolutely. We're importing a lot of subsidized goods from Asia. And what this does is shift jobs to Asia. While we tend to get a little bit lower prices for that, all these Americans unemployed, 1 out of every 6 adult men, don't pay any attention to that 5.9% unemployment rate. It's that 1 out of every 6 adult men between the ages of 25 and 54. Too old for college, too young to retire, are sitting at home right now watching ESPN, America's virtual park bench. Don't let the Obama administration tell you it's from the baby boomers retiring. You're looking at a boomer right now, and I continue to work, and we are working in larger numbers than our parents did.
Number 2, energy. The United States still imports about 4.5 million barrels of oil a day. Wait a minute, I thought we were becoming energy independent.
We're not. We have reduced our imports somewhat, and that is a good thing on the basis of our onshore drilling, basically on private lands. But the president and the Democratic Congress tied up the public lands, so to speak, offshore the Pacific, offshore the Atlantic, and the eastern Gulf of Mexico. All that's out of bounds. If you let me open that up, within 3 years, I'll get you 4 million barrels a day. Build the pipeline from Canada, and heck, we'll be exporting energy net. We already export, but we import more than we export by about 5 million barrels a day. That has to end. Basically, that money goes to the Middle East, where it finances terrorism, and then we have to send our young men and women over there to defend our interests. It's all folly.
All right, number 3, tax reform. I'm going to say it again. Wait a minute. I thought we were actually moving towards some tax reform sooner or later, at least in our lifetime. But this is something we talk about constantly, and it never gets done. It's never approached.
Well, the real problem here is the president likes to paint tax reform as if it's a Republican thing. That is, Republicans have all these loopholes for their friends in big business. But the president's got plenty of friends of his own, and some of it is really egregious. This Treasury Secretary in 2014 declared that the wires in the streets, you know, those wires that carry the internet and telephone, are now real estate. I didn't know that. They're not registered at the county deed office, but they're now real estate, can be thrown into real estate investment trusts, and will then permit Comcast, for example, to make much lower corporate taxes. And by the way, it just so happens that the CEO of Comcast is one of the president's most frequent hosts for fundraising. Mr. Obama has done everything, according to his own words, everything but hold a Seder in the CEO's home in Philadelphia. A reward for a pal. Everybody's got loopholes they want to hold on to. We got to get them all in the hopper, get those rates down, and make American corporations make the right decisions based on sound business practices as opposed to gaming the tax system.
All right, Peter, stay with us. We're only halfway through. Back after the break, complete his thoughts on the latest American challenges. And at 51 minutes after the hour, telling it like it is, breathes new life into an old statement of freedom, one that still speaks to us today. That and so much more coming up right here on MidPoint, where every day we question everything.